Assalamu alaikum my beautiful people, mambo vipi, mko poa? Kwa majina naitwa RAHMA Nawiry Ahmed na karibuni sana kwa my YouTube channel. Today we are going to have a relatable topic. I believe most of us at some point in our life tumepitia, which is hurt and betrayal. Yeah? Have you ever been hurt, betrayed? Yes, I know we all have been there. Goodness. Yes. Are you there? Yes, I am. Planning this topic, I promise you guys, nilikuwa nafikiria itakuwa a walk in the park, but it has been not easy. Not easy. Yes. Because nilikuwa najiambia like, hurt, jamani. Kukua hurt, nimekuwa hurt so many times. And you can only be hurt by your very close circle. By that I mean your family, which is your mom, dad, your sister, your brother, or if you're married, your mother-in-law, your sister-in-law, your brother-in-law, your father-in-law, ama your friends, all right? Cousin relatives, you know. It has to be your very, very close circle. And sitting down and trying to recall on my most hurtful moment today was not easy. I think it's because I let go and I hadn't realized that you may let go of so many things. I just realized that today. Yes. And if you'd met me like weeks ago, oh my God, nilikuwa in a place where I would tell you, A, many hearts, B, many hearts, C, many hearts. Yeah. But sitting down today, it wasn't easy. Pinpointing, because nilikuwa like, oh my God, I think I've dealt with that. This other thing, I've dealt with it. And I came to a root cause of some of the things that nilikuwa nimeziweka aside. Zinani hurt, but niko like, I'm not ready to talk about this. I don't think people understand. But here we are. On today's video, tumesema tuna unpack and we are letting go, right? For me, I am ready to let go of the fear. I don't know if you are. And if you're not, get yourself there. I'm ready to let go of the fear. I'm ready to let go of anxiety. I'm ready to let go of, overthinking. My goodness, I'm an overthinker. Nasemaga mimi ndio admin for overthinkers. I overthink a lot. I promise you. And I want to let go of that. I don't know how, but God is going to make it work and possible. And I also want to let go of people who hurt me intentionally. Kuna wale wanani hurt unintentional, but the heart is still there. I want to let go of that feeling of people owe me. They don't owe me nothing, I want to let go of so many things. In some of this video, we're going to take it mdogo. There is no hurry, yeah? And what do I want to let go? Because nimekaa chini nikijaribu kufikiria the most hurtful thing enye inaniuma. Nilikuwa nafikiria childhood trauma, which is a topic we're going to do as a separate video. And I was like, iyo inaniuma apana, iniumi as much. It used to. And there was a time we had a sit down with some of our friends and we were just having a conversation. You know how you can sit down and reminisce and talk about how you grew up. And just by having a kawaida conversation with our friends, they were triggered with some of the things I would say. I go like, apana, really? You went through that? No, that's bad. Now, at that point, unaiongea kama ni kawaida, And I remember having now a separate conversation with my man. And I was like, today that hurt. When I was talking about it, I realized I hadn't dealt with so many things. Nilikuwa naisema, but I cried. After they left, I really, really cried. Napo nikajiambia, oh my God. And have you ever been mad at people? Unakasirikia watu wenye hawajui kwa nini mwakasirikia. Unawakasirikia because of a burden of something they did years ago. I did that. After that video, I got so angry at so many people. Sikuwa nawaongelesha. I rapped them. Nikajambia no. Sikuongelesha. Like, if you made me go through this, if I endured this, then you're not a good person. Yeah? Nanika, sikwa, like, when you get to the letting go bit, it's more of healing. Yeah? Now, tutaenda pole pole kwa hii topic, and you're going to understand that even sitting down, accepting that you are hurt, that is the first step. Kuna watu wenye bado wako in the denial phase, like they don't want to deal with the fact that they got betrayed, they got hurt. Kuna wale wako kwa blaming phase, and it's never your fault. It is never. Yeah, give yourself some grace, be kind to yourself. Ukikaa chini, when you're going through that hurting phase, just tell yourself, you know what? God wanted this to happen, and it happened to me because of a reason. Take it as a lesson and just, move. Take it a day at a time. Hurting, there was a day, I will give you guys instances. Kuna time I was still hurting, just some months, if not a few weeks ago. I was hurting from something that I'm going to talk about in this video, something that is very uncomfortable, but here we are. Because I believe some people know about it. Some people wako na shame kama mimi for so long. You can't talk about it, but it's here and it's there. Christians, Muslims, we know about it. Tutaongele as we go there. And let me take you back to that day when I was having a meltdown in our car, and I was telling my mom that, you know what, there's a point unafika, you're hurting, you're maybe in so much pain, and unajua unaweza umwa na kichwa, just because people don't see you bleeding, it's not like a cut. When you ukikuwa jikoni unapika, ama maybe you're doing something ukatike, when people see you bleeding, people react to their heart, like, oh my God, and a blade, let's do this first aid, such things, yeah. But there's a point where unakuwa in so much pain, you're hurting, someone very close to you has hurt you, and people cannot see it, you and God, like roho yako inakuuma. I normally tell people in my life, like, hakuna kitu mbaya kukuuma kwa hii dunia kama roho. When your heart aches, there's no hospital you'll go to upatiwe dawa. Oh my God, taking medication, it's going to help you. Nothing. It's your patience. It's how you deal with a heartache. That is how you're going to, move past the hurting. You na Mungu wako. If you're a prayerful person, if you're not, you know how you deal with your heartache. But it takes a long time. The heart takes, I think, wow, when your heart is aching, it's the longest ugonjwa kupona. Sijui kwa nini? Because it can even come years later, it can attack you like, oh my God, this was so hurting. And then you'll cry. Yeah, that's what the heart does. Saa zingine unakaa chini. For me, what I normally do when I'm hurting, I normally, let's call it a journal, because I write down on my notes on my phone. And I write down, hey, my God, I can write a novel. I pen down everything like a story, like this is what I'm feeling on this state. And, I write it all down. And wow. Let me tell you, the most hurtful thing is when you start writing down and notes yako ina go from one page to the other, and then you sit down, you're like, what? I am carrying all this. Yeah, this person did this to me. This person did ABCD to me. He didn't do this for me. Or my mom was never there for me. Or my dad was a violent dad. Or, you start writing down things. You know what you can write. Mine was a different kind of journal. Yeah. I would write down and I'd be like, oh my goodness. Oh my God. This is too much for me. And it was heart-wrenching, I won't lie to you. Unaandika, unalia. You go for a break and you're like, I need to do something. I really need to work on this. And the people who've hurt you, they're just moving on with their life like nothing has happened. And some people, let me tell you, people can be evil. Kuna watu wanakufanyanga vitu so that they just get you in that ugly zone. They just get you kwa your corner where you cannot move, you cannot do anything. We have those people. Yeah, someone will just say a hurtful thing to you. Unajuliza, like, why? If you had nothing good to say, why did you open your mouth? Why did you just not keep quiet? You know, you walk into a room full of people. Someone says a bad compliment to you in front of people. You're like, oh my God, really? Like, you're this bad? And this is maybe someone very close to you. It's gonna hurt you. Yeah. Before ufike kwa ile point yenye you have a thick skin, you're like, I know this is who you are. I can never change the person that you are. It's working. It's work. I promise you, it's work and it's work. So yeah, I just realized, like, for the past I got to a point I blocked people. I promise you, I blocked them. Like, if you're not giving me peace, I think before you get to the letting go bit, you start protecting your peaceful state. You start protecting your, when someone gives you the negative energy, you block them. You stay away from people who give you bad vibes. I think I was there before getting to now I let go and I let God. Like, Allah, if this person is not for me and this person has to be in my circle, I'll be saying hi to these people, but I don't necessarily have to, be close to them. Yeah. So kwa your point here, blocking, I promise you, my goodness, what are the bitterness was there? Because nilikuwa najiuliza, like, why would this person do this? Why would this person say this? If I am not okay with this person, what are you going to benefit with? But as we, for me, I feel like God has really worked on me, because ever since I understood that God is God, and I understood that Allah is gonna change me and change the way I see things, is when I started seeing things differently. I started giving people grace. I'm like, you're a bad person. I am not a bad person. So God amenifavor. Favor yake haijakufikia. Sijui kama tunaelewana. Bado favor yake haijakufikia. So I'm going to just let you be in your zone and pray for you. Your venom itoke, because it's, ni poison. Na saa zingine people don't know they have that poison in them. Yeah. And before that, sikuwa naiona hivyo. I promise you guys. Nilikuwa like, this person is bad. Apana, I am not having anything with this person. But right now, I can sit down and have a conversation with someone I know very well. It's not for me, but I'm like, God, protect me from this person. It's just for a few minutes. It's just for an hour or two, or maybe a day, and guide them. Show them that that's not the way, and show them the person that I am, because it's beyond my control, Saa zingine, I come from a very, very big family. Tuko wengi, mimi ni Msomali. Tunajifungua tuto wengi. So yeah, coming from a big family, you learn a lot. You learn that you will have siblings who love you, and you will have siblings who, who will, I don't want to say hate, but, jealousy is there, from a very big family. And this is what I tell my man. Like, me, when I watch stories of the prophets, I learn, like, even when I watch animations from Disney and the likes, I just don't watch to watch. I watch to learn. So like, nilikuwa naambia my hubby the other day, we were watching story ya Joseph, alayhi salam, and I was like, do you even see? Nani walimrusha kwa hiyo, that well? The brothers did. Because why? They were jealous. That is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, when you come from a very big family, I think watu wenye tumetoka kwa family kubwa, we understand what I'm talking about. Unakuta kuna hiyo jealousy, kuna comparison. Like, maybe your mom or your dad, and I will compare a lot. Oh, this one is doing ABCD. Why don't you do ABCD like this person? This one is superior. This one is beautiful. This one has a beautiful teeth. This one has, so unakuwa na some insecurity, and letting go of such things is God. I promise you. Dealing and accepting that, oh my God, this thing really happened to me, and it's made me maybe dislike this person in my family, is God, yeah? So unakuta kuna ukitoka kwa family kubwa, there's so much you're going to learn. Your sister can be your worst enemy, your brother can be your worst enemy, your sister can be your best friend, and your brother can be your biggest cheerleader. So many things, yeah? Yeah. About like having a very big family. I think I'm going to do that as a separate video as well, because there is so much you guys need to learn. For me, I wouldn't want a big family. I would never. Oh my God, even right now, I'm like, awa ni wengi, I don't want to, because kuna hiyo fear. That's what I'm saying. Like, you grow up with the fear of, will I have a favorite? Will I show this other baby? I'm favoring my first baby, or I'm favoring my middle child. The favorism, I wouldn't want that. And it's very common kwa familia ya watu wengi sana. Yeah? I don't know struggles za watu wenye wako na watoto wawili, ama you come from watatu ama wanne, I don't know. But for us, wenye tumetoka kwa 8, 10 kuendelea, our struggles are different. And today I am here to let go. I am here to let go of that little girl who wanted to, every time unataka ku show up, you want to show people that, you know what, I am good. You're over-pleasing people. And una grow up ukikuwa na hiyo tabia ya ku over-please. Sijui kama you get what I mean. I want to let go of so many things. There's some small things yenye sikuwa nimeangalia, and I'm like, apana. 2025, here now in March, I do not want to go that. I don't want to go with that in April or in the near future. I don't want my kids to have such in their lives as their personalities. I wouldn't want that. You know what I mean? And it also goes down to, forgiving yourself and forgiving your maybe your parents, your siblings, ama the people when you're hurt. In that case, kama ni sistako, kama ni babako. Because kuna mtu anaweza kukwambia like, you know what, I grew up in a family where my dad was super violent, not only towards my mom, towards us. So you I get. And I even watched a story of another lady. Lord have mercy. This was sad. Alikuwa anasema, the dad would violate them. Yeah, biological father. Tell me about it. So you can imagine, like, such a person and I grow up with what type of hate towards men. You know what I mean? Like, not everyone is blessed enough to come from a family that is proper and loving and, just a straight up family. Not everyone is blessed enough to come from such a family. So if umetoka kwa familia ambayo it doesn't have such problems, you say alhamdulillah. And yeah, nimesema it all goes down to forgiveness. Yeah? You forgive them. Because let me tell you, carrying that burden is not easy. It takes a lot of your energy. Mimi nilikuwa naambiwanga na my man like, oh my God, this person has done this to you. This person is sleeping right now. You're hurting, you're crying. Why are you crying? This person has ruined your night. And I'm like, but, na ni ukweli, saa zingine unakutaga unafanyia mtu kitu. Mtu anakuambia, but did I ask you? Did I ever sit down and ask you to help me? Did I ever sit you down nikakuomba msaada? Ama nikakwambia nifanyie ABCD? No, you did it on your own. And people have their kamkunjes and they're talking about you in a way that, you don't like. So inafika mahali, you just feel like, you know what, enough is enough. Yeah, so it all goes down to being able to forgive. And let me tell you, ukiambua forgiveness is a gift. It is a gift, indeed. Not everyone has it in them to forgive. And let me tell you, sometimes unaambiwanga, when someone wrongs you, just forgive them. It is not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy, but God tells us, anapenda mtu ambaye anasamehea because yeye anasamehea zaidi, right? And yeah, that's why nakwambia kusamehe si rahisi. And I'm here to say, what? I'm ready. I'm ready to forgive you. You've hurt me. It's fine. I forgive you. You've done me wrong. I've forgiven you. Because let me tell you, it got to a point where, kwa hii journey, you're letting go. You also let go of people who were really close to you. And I mean friends. Kuna friendships ambazo you will let go. And at that time, itakuwa so hurtful. Itakuuma, yeah? itakuwa ni una question like, is it the right thing? But let me tell you, when you get to a point whereby unawacha urafiki na mtu, unawacha usuwe na mtu, it's not because of you, it's because God had some conversations zenye alikuwa like, oh my God, you cannot do her wrong like that. God saw things zenye angekuonyesha, maybe munge get into a physical fight ama ingekuwa ugly. So God stood up for you. Unafika mahali unaona this relationship is not doing me well. It's not because of it, it's because God got you to that point. And for me, yes, kuna some friendships I let go, and I promise you I was a better person after that. It was not an easy journey. It wasn't, because ni watu ambao ulikuwa umezoea wanakuzunguka, you see them on a daily, you talk to them on a daily, and letting go, I promise you, kuna venye mimi mwenyewe na feel like kuna some, unaambiwaga kuna steps ukifika, kuna watu huwezi enda na wao hizo, you cannot climb up the ladder with some people. You have to let them go. You have to leave them behind. It's more so like such a thing. Unapanda juu, Mungu anataka upande juu, kuna watu utawacha chini. It is okay. It could be family, it could be friends. Yeah, saa zingine unapanda juu, unang'ang'ana kupandisha familia yako, na mtu unajaribu kumpandisha, they're pulling you down, So when you see someone is pulling you down, let them be. Leave them down, waendelea kupanda, utakuwa huko juu, mtu atasema, oh my God, I used to know this person. Oh, you see this person, wa hii biashara, wa hii kampuni, she used to be my friend. Itakuwa anaongelea kama zamani. It's a past thing. But wewe ulishasonga. God aliku-elevate. So sometimes when God is elevating you, atakuacha uache watu wengine chini. Ni kama ukidondoa rice, when you buy rice from the kibanda, you cannot just cook it like that. You will, uta separate. Hii ndo nzuri, hii ndo mbaya. That's the same thing. Hawa wazuri utapanda na wao juu. Wengine watabakia chini. That is the analogy I have, yeah? So, for me, when it comes to forgiveness, I have something that is really eating me up, and I feel like this video, nimesema it's heavy. Why? Because, let me tell you, I told you, kuna watu ambao their hearts are dark. Kuna watu ambao they're not so good people. And yeah, ukifika point yenye nimefika, you will give them grace. You will say, yeah, Allah guide them, And the most hurtful thing, the most hurting bit is the people who hurt you the most are the people you're very close to. Sijui kama tuko pamoja. And the reason as to why nimedilidali na hii video, it's because there's some topics here in Nairobi. I feel like people go like, oh, apana, no. Do people really do such things? People do them, I believe Christianity and Islam is similar in so many ways, And hata watu wa utamaduni, there are some things we know for sure. We see them on movies, and you're like, this is just happening on movies. How can it happen to someone? Ama unasikia imehapenia mtu mwenye ako close to you, unaisikiza kama movie, right? And let me tell you, for me, when I talk about such things, and me sitting down here today, I'm going to say that, people can attack you spiritually. Yes, people do that. And it's sad. Because unajiuliza like, what did I do to you? Why? And right now, as I'm sitting here, I don't even care why. I don't even care like how you're doing it. Because when it happened, nilikuwa na bitterness, I was so ashamed because you can go to the hospital and una check you. I don't know, let me just give you like a symptoms. You can check it online. Maybe it's happening to you and you don't know. You can go to the hospital and you're so sick. Unaambiwa like, oh my God, we can't see anything. They don't diagnose you with any ugonjwa. And it's crazy because you're going to cry yourself to sleep and you're like, oh my God, I'm in pain. And hakuna dawa naeza pewa, hakuna kitu inasaidia. Kumbe people are attacking you spiritually. And for so long, I won't lie to you guys, for so long I've been bitter. For so long nimekuwa nauliza Mungu, why is this person, why are these people doing this to someone like me? Si pesa. Kuna watu wako na pesa zaidi kutushinda. Kuna watu wako na mapenzi zaidi kutushinda. Kuna watu wametuzidi in every manner. Why me? And then I sat down, kuna siku nikajiuliza, God knows whoever is doing this. God knows why this person is doing what they're doing. Allah sees it all, And si kila mtu ako na nguvu za kwenda kwa mababu. Let me just go dive into it. Not everyone has it. Saizi, we know if ni ushirikina, people go to, I know people who go for ushirikina. I know 100% where to go. But that's not where my heart is, And I believe there's so many people who are like me. You're like, if it's about going down that route, I know people, But even in our own families, not everyone is saved. There are people who go to the babus, If it's attacking you in that manner, people can go to war. But ukikaa chini unajiambia, I serve a God who will fight for me this fight. I serve Allah and He's going to come through for me. Now let me tell you, before doing this video, nilikuwa naogopa because I've never spoke about this. Sijawahi. And it's really saddening that unajua venye unaambanga like hakuna kitu mbaya kama kukuwa naibu. Nimekuwa naibu for so many years. I can go to, let me just talk about it. Unaenda mahali munaombewa, right? It's a center for prayers, yeah? You meet people who know you and you're like, what if this person talks about what is happening to me? But there's someone busy out there doing ugly things to you, And initially, I did not know the power of Allah. I did not know how to protect myself. But whoever is doing this, if you're doing this and you're watching me, try me now. I dare you. Wallahi, billahi, tallahi, I dare you. Because right now I know better. I know there is nothing you can do to me that Allah has not willed. There is nothing you can do to us. Some people go even to an extent of separating a wife and a husband. Some people can go to an extent of making you lose your pregnancy. Some people can go to the extent of making you go crazy. Just that we don't speak about it enough. Because why we are ashamed? I was ashamed for the longest time. I won't lie to you. Right now, I don't care. My husband knows my situation. There's nothing I'm losing. If anything, the person who is doing whatever anafanya, yeah, huyo mganga wako mwambie afanye kazi. Tell that mganga to do a lot more. Because Allah is going to, Allah is protecting me. You do something good, someone is just overworking. Unatupa pesa kwa mtu ambaye hata aishi kwa nyumba yake. Mtu anaishi kwa nyumba ya nini? Siku hizi waganga by the way wanaishi kwa nyumba nzuri. Please do not attack me. Wako TikTok na lives. That's why nimekwambia kama ni waganga jamani tunawajua. Lakini mganga mkuu ni Allah. For me, I am here to say that I forgive you. You don't know the way. Clearly you don't know the way. If you can go to mganga to hurt me, you can go to mganga to harm me. You can go to mganga to make sure that I don't live a good life. I'm not peaceful. I go crazy. I do crazy things. We lose so much money going. Do it, mama. Do it, daddy. Just do it. Allah is going to guide you. Your time is coming. I wanted to do this, but nilikuwa najiambia, like, what are people going to say? I don't care. You're going to talk about it. Nani ajui mambo ya waganga? Waluya, Wakamba, Wakikuyu, Wasomali. Who doesn't know? It's just something that we don't talk about until it affects you. Until it affects you and you're like, Apana, I've had enough. Someone disrupts your peace, disrupts your life with your kids. It is not a beautiful thing. It is not. Na ndio maana nimesema they have a venom inside them. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know. Wako overpowered. Wanafanya na shaitani. Wao na mashaito. Wako hivi. They work hand in hand. So they don't understand the power of Allah. They don't understand the power of God. They don't. Yeah. And for me, for the longest time, that has been my biggest fear. Like, oh my God, what if people know? Now I don't care. Let them know. I have no fear in me, because why? Allah's love is enough for me. Allah's got me. You know, I was shaking even before I told Mfalme. Mfalme knows how uncomfortable this makes me feel. I've never spoken about it. I have never ever. You know, I wouldn't even want someone to see me sick, because you can't even explain to people what is making you sick. You can't even, you know. It's more like you look like someone who is going through a mental crisis. You look like someone who is on a borderline. Yeah, unajua ni kama uko bipolar. Ni kama, let me tell you guys, number one, I don't wanna tell you guys the symptoms. Sometimes the symptoms that I'm telling you might more so be like what I'm talking about, na maybe see you, right? Because for us Muslims, on the previous video, I touched on hasad and ayn because I was ashamed. I didn't go straight into telling you guys it was sihr, right? Sihr is witchcraft for the people who are not Muslims and you're watching this. And if you're a Muslim and you don't understand, it's witchcraft. Someone goes to an extent kukufanyia kitu just for you to lose it. It's not a beautiful thing. It is. Ya Allah guide them. And Ya Allah protect me. And protect the people when you wanafanywa hizi vitu zote. Mimi najua hizi vitu zinafanywa na watu wako na bibi wawili. You know? Watu wenye wana fight over tenders. Watu wenye wana fight over big things. Sijui, why a person like me who has nothing? Mimi ukiniangalia, I feel like, okay, ndio ile unaambiwa na Mungu, you never see what you have, other people see what you've got. So kama kile unaona niko nacho kinakukwaza, may Allah give it to you. May Allah, you know, akupatie na wewe upatie amani. You just leave me, leave my family. I promise you. That is what I want to let go today. You know, being in a marriage and people are fighting your union, it's not easy. Mimi niko na watu ambao, people come to me, people come to my life. People wametoka kwa ndoa because mother-in-law hawawataki. Mother-in-law anakuendea kwa mganga. There is a video I even told my hubby about, of a Nigerian lady. Alikuwa na struggle kupata mtoto. Kumbe mother-in-law wake ndo anamwendea kwa mganga. Alafu mother-in-law kila siku anakuja anamwambia like, oh my God, why don't you have a child? Why don't you give me a grandson? Why? Ni kama ukipata mtoto mwanaume ndo kila kitu. Kumbe yeye ndo kila uchao anamwendea kwa mganga. Alright? Ikafika siku ya siku, mpenzi wangu. Ikafika siku ya siku, I don't know what happened. They called someone wa kuomba, right? Akakuja mtu wa kuomba, like, hey, I've been trying to menda hospitali. The husband is wealthy. Wamenda hospitali kuangalia if everything is okay. Everything is fine. But we are trying to conceive. We are not getting the baby. Huyo mtu wa kuomba akaambia, mbona kama ambaye kuna vitu zenye za bad energy kwa hii nyumba? Akizunguka kiomba, they found things. Huyo mama ameziweka kwa sand, you know? Unafikiria hizi ni movie, unafikiria ni stories zenye watu, like right now on the platform ya social media, you can hear people's stories. You're like, oh my God, these things happen for real, you know. Mother-in-law kakuja, the hubby was like, amechoka na wazimu. Me, she has to tell me why she's doing it. Akaita mamake, bibi yake akamwambia, calm down, you know, if you call her na hasira, she will not come. Akamwita kwa nyumba, akamuuliza, okay fine, ndio hii mtu wa kuomba amekuja and amefukua hizi vitu na amesema ni wewe unafanya. And then she was like, oh my God, you know this wife is not good for you. Oh, you know, imagine your own mother, mtu amekuzaa, amekubeba miezi 9, doing this to you. That's why nakwambia, for me, I am like, a mother can be a good person to you, a mother can be the worst person to you. A mother-in-law can be a blessing to you, a mother-in-law can be a curse. Same to the brothers, sisters, and friends. Kuna watu wanafanyiwa na marafiki zao. You know, someone goes to the mbabu. I've seen pictures online of people, very, very big influencers here in Kenya, going to the wababus, you know, for their biashara to prosper. Iyo ina mbele ya Mungu utaambia Mwenyezi Mungu wako why you did it. Ni dhambi kidini, but you're like, oh my God, I wanted my business I wanted money. Unafanyia mtu mwingine badala utumie hiyo pesa to better yourself, to better your life. You know, mwambie niongezee pesa kama kweli anaongeza pesa. Kama kweli yeni kupeana utajiri, akupe utajiri, you're doing harm to other people's lives, you know. People are doing things to cause you harm. wengine mpaka wanauawa. That is how crazy that thing is. I promise you, it's not beautiful. Yeah? Ukikuwa umekaa kwa kiti yenye mimi nimekaa, you know what I'm talking about? You know how crazy that thing is? How it can cost you your marriage, it can cost you your friendship, it can cost relationship kama zote. Unaweza kosana na your sister for no reason, you know, because you're not yourself. Because people are overworking, the villagers are not sleeping, only to be told maybe it's your auntie, it's your uncle, it's your brother, it's your sister, it's your mother-in-law, it's your father-in-law, it's your father, you know. It comes from the closest people. Ndo unaambia watu wako wamekuzunguka wa karibu ndo wanaweza kukuumiza, ndo wanaweza kukupitisha the hardest of the njia. So if you are like me, people are attacking you spiritually, attacking your union spiritually, attacking your kids. Oh my God, kwanza hapo, you know, just tell God to protect you. Ask God. There's a protection you can, I promise you, before sikuwa najua. Can I tell you guys the truth? A few weeks ago, I was so sick. So sick. And I remember going for prayers. Yeah? Here in Nairobi, people pray, but I told you I was ashamed. People might record me. People might say, oh my God, she's sick. Yes, I am sick. So what? So yeah, I went to Mombasa and we were having a conversation with my mom. And I had lifted my niqab and people knew me. And it made me uncomfortable. It's not the first time. Kuna saa unatoka prayers and people are like, oh my God, I love your content. Oh my God, I've seen you on TV. I'm such a huge fan. And I'm like, what if this person says this on the social media platform? And yeah, like 2 weeks ago, I was doing a live and another lady came up on my live and she said, oh my God, I saw you the other time. And oh my God, how are you feeling? Have you ever felt like, what? Aibu yangu inatoka nje? Like people are going to know that I'm sick. People are going to know that, you know, spiritually, people are, you know, doing me the ugly stuff. And I was scared. I was like, oh my God. After the live, I went to my hubby and I told him, you know what, kuna mdema ameingia kwa live yangu na alikuwa anasema ameniona. I even went and told my mom. Sister yangu kwa like, oh my God, kwani alikuwa anataka kuambia kila mtu nini? But she came from a very, very beautiful space. She hakuwa anakuja kuniaibisha. To them, it's a kawaida thing maybe. To her, maybe she just cared enough to, you know, alikuwa anataka tu kujua like, are you okay? Is everything okay? Sijui kama tuko pamoja, but for me, it was coming from a point of, guy, what if people know? Yeah? And if you're like me, baby girl, don't feel ashamed. Achia aibu Mungu. Let it go. Let go of your feeling ya kukuwa ashamed. Hakuna kitu kikubwa mbele ya Mwenyezi Mungu. There is nothing big mbele. Before nifanye video, it may take a long time because I was scared. I was afraid. How are people going to see me? What is my mom going to tell me? Like, you know, what is my hubby going to say about this? You know, but I went to him and I told him, you know what? Nimepata. I'm going to do this, but I'm going to tell you baadaye. Na bado nimekuwa na haya before nimwambie, because nimwambie I think like 2 minutes before we started recording, like this is what I'm going to talk about. And I am so blessed enough, alhamdulillah, the support and what he said is the reason why we may stretch kwa video to the point where I started talking about it. Like if it's what you feel like you will talk about, I fully support you, you know? And from someone who has seen me sick, from someone who like is with me, you know, as a caregiver, you know, like he's there taking care of me when I'm sick. It's not easy. It's not easy. For someone who doesn't talk about that spiritual realm, if it's, I don't know. I don't like talking about it. I don't like giving those things power. I don't like giving the people who go to the wagangas power, because I know the power is in Allah. But here we are. There are so many people who are like me, who want to let go, who want to forgive the people who've done them wrong, and you're ashamed. It's about time. Achia hiyo aibu Mungu. Na waachie Mungu. You know? Nothing itakufikia yenye Mungu hajasema ikufikie. You know? You get to a point people are doing so many ugly things to you, you can't even pray. You can't even bow down to your God and tell God, thank you. How ugly is that? You know? You can't even take care of your man. You can't take care of your kids. You can't go to work. Kuna watu wamefanyiwa vibaya. I promise you guys, from the people from Tanzania, Mombasa, this is kawaida for us. This can be like a jaw-dropping story for people in Nairobi. But right now, it's no longer jaw-dropping because they know about it. Some people are protecting their own biasharas through these things. And then they're going to be like, oh my God, really? People would do this? Na pia kuna watu ambao walikuwa wananiambia, don't declare it publicly that people can do this to you. No, right now I'm okay. I know I am protected. I am sure 100%. That's why nimesema, for anybody, I dare you, baby girl. I dare you. I am here to dare you. Go do it. Go do it. You will walk naked yourself. I promise you. I'm done playing good. Nimeacha Mungu anipiganie hii vita. When you let go and when you forgive people and when you let Allah be the judge and, take over your fight, everything is beautiful. I no longer worry. Nikikwambia, when I was starting this video, I was asking myself, like, what is the most hurtful thing nimewahi pitia? I even went to my journal, right? I told you I normally pen down everything. I went down and I was like, smiling while reading it. Like, oh my God, me heal from this, And the day I was writing that, I was telling myself, Nawiry, I am so sorry. Nawiry, you've gone through it all. God has tested you. You failed. You've come back up. And you're going to stay there. If not, just go back. Kupanda na kupanda. Njia ni moja, kupanda tu. And what I want to tell you today is, there's nothing beautiful ukiachia God your worries. Letting go of the heart. Is it your husband? Is it your wife? Just let it go. It's not easy. There's this story in Meskia of this young guy. He was autistic, yeah? He had a very violent dad and an aggressive mother. And then there was this neighbor. Let me tell you, this neighbor would beat this guy up. And remember, he's autistic, yeah? And let's not talk about the bullies in school, yeah? And he went ahead and said this. The day I forgive them, the day I sat down and I forgive my mom, I forgive my dad, I forgive the neighbor and the people who would bully me in school, is the day I found my peace. Like, they all, I let go and they let go of me. That is the power. When you're holding on, you're giving them power. Why should you? Why should you give them power? Yeah? When you let go, you give yourself peace. And there is nothing as beautiful as peace in this life. You can have all the money and you don't have peace. Peace is everything. Number one is peace. Even as Muslims tunaambiwaga, you get married for peace. We'll come back to that topic, right? We don't get married for love. Hakuna mali imeandikwa kwa vitabu. Sijui wa Kristo muniambie. We get married for love. No. You get married for peace. Yeah? Be his peace and let him be your peace. Amjambo mpendane, mulipendana mkawana. Ama mulipenda pesa yake ukamuoa na akakuoa. It's a win-win. But yeah, peace is everything. So if you care about your mental state, your physical state, because let me tell you, holding on to the ugly stuff can really make you look not so good. I don't want to say ugly. You can be overweight and you can lose weight. Na kuna watu ambao wamepitia such things and they lose weight and they're like, I don't know how to gain this weight. I don't know. Na kuna wale wenye wana overeat and they're like, I don't know how to, lose weight and have a flat tummy, or maybe lose weight and be fit. It starts with the small things. Acknowledge what hurt you. Work towards it. Talk to people. For me, talking really helps. That's why on my live, I tell people, start, talk. Ongea ile kidogo inakuja. Whatever you're comfortable with, pole pole utaanza tu pour out whatever is hurting you. Ama, just talk it out. It helps. Yeah? And when you're talking about the things that hurt you, usijiweke kama blame, center of the blame, never. Just be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace. Hakuna mtu mwenye afanyagi makosa. If it's for this instance that I'm talking about, could be it's a marriage that didn't work. I talk to so many women, and divorce is not easy. I tell them every day. The reason why I do my live is to save women from divorce. Yeah, especially kama I involve a man who is physical. When it's violence, apana. It's beyond me. But if it's the kawaida things, kawaida ni nyingi, we talk about them, and I normally tell them, divorce, it sounds so beautiful. Yeah, it sounds so easy, but it's the most heart-wrenching thing, heartbreaking. And if you have kids, it does something to you, and it does something to the kids. So before you get to the point whereby unasema, I really want a divorce, make sure ni kweli, it's for your own peace and it's for your own happiness. All right? So zingine tunasema like, I want to let go. I want to leave this person. And genuinely from your heart, you don't mean it. I've had a case like that. I've had a lady mwenye alikuwa anaambia bwana wake kila siku anataka talaka. Sisi Waislamu tunaitupa kama kawaida. I want my divorce, I want my divorce, I want my divorce. And yeah, they got divorced the first time. They got divorced the second time. And now, yeah, ya tatu imepita. Ya tatu ikipita, you know the rule, right? You have to get married to another man before you get married to that guy. If you really want to be with him again. That's the rule. Because Allah gave you the first chance, you didn't take it. The second, the third, you guys don't appreciate each other. It's not about love. So since you don't appreciate each other, you have to get into another marriage. Subhanallah, Daddy. You have to get to another marriage, live with that man, see how he's going to treat you. If he loves you, continue. If you still want to be with this other guy, ukiingia kwa ndoa utamheshimu na utampenda na utakaa. That's the hikmah of Allah. Yeah. So right now, if you're going through divorce and uliitisha tu kwa kuitisha, ama uliitisha because you mean it, because ukiingia kwa marriage, you don't enter a union hoping that utatoka. When it happens that Allah amekuandikia umetoka, muite sana. Make him your best friend. It's not easy. Mi nakwambia, like, make him your best friend. I know at that particular point in time is not easy, but once you put your feet and your face kwa ground, umuongeleshe, you're going to feel the weight coming off your shoulder. You're going to feel it, I promise you. Yeah? You're going to cry. Who doesn't cry? Sinimwambia heartbreak inaua. Heartbreak inaua, alafu wanaume wabaya. Mwanaume anakuacha leo, kesho kutwa kuna msichana. Kesho kutwa ameoa. You're there thinking of, oh my God, no. Take your time. Deal with the issues one by one. Mdogo mdogo. Where did you go wrong? Hapa ndo nimefanya makosa. Yeah, Allah forgive me. I know better. When you give me the next man, give me a man of your... Ebu tell him down. Ebu mwambie. Write the person that you want. Kwa paper. Write the marriage that you want. The relationship. Write it down. If you're in a marriage and you're lonely, that's another thing. Yeah? Let go of the loneliness. Sit your man down. Talk to him. Jaoa mtu mwenye you cannot sit him down and pour your heart to. Na nimesema, for any marriage, for anything to work, be it ni biashara, ni ndoa, ni parenting kids, raising kids, you have to involve God in everything you do. For it to be beautiful and for people. So many people look at you and they're like, oh my God, you're in such a beautiful relationship. Oh my God, we are fighting too. We are. So if you're in that marriage when you unasema, I am married and I'm lonely, that is the most saddest place to be in. Because why are you lonely? This is supposed to be someone you can sit him down, mnaongea. Maybe I am lonely, you're human. Yeah, amka usiku, whatever time, pray to your God, tell him, relieve me of this loneliness, because iyo inaletwa na nani? Na the shaitan, he's the person mwenye anakuingizia your loneliness. Let go. Tell him, not me, I rebuke you. I rebuke you. Not me, not today. Go to another person who is not a prayerful person. Go to another person who doesn't understand the power of letting go and letting God. For me, I am here and I'm praying so bad for the people who are here with me. I'm praying for God's protection over you, over your family, over your marriages, because let me tell you, the villagers do not sleep. And sometimes it's not even the villagers, it's your own fight and misunderstandings, So zingine, your husband can hurt you. Yes, they can. They do. You can hurt your man, Let go. Sit him down, talk about it, and let it go. Don't hold it on. Unaishikilia kwa nini? Haina nguvu. Na shida zako ni kubwa vile unavyozibeba. Ukibeba shida yako ni kubwa, itakuwa kubwa. Ukiweka ndogo inakuwa ndogo. Na ukiambia God, I leave all my problems onto you, He takes charge. He takes charge. What you can't control, leave it. You know, you're hurting, God is going to heal you. You're afraid, God is going to give you that, you know, woga itoke. He's going to be that person for you. But God wants you to ask Him. He knows what is in your head. He knows what's on your mind. He knows what's in your heart. He knows what you want to tell your mom, you know, your insecurities, anajua. He knows what you want to tell your husband. Tell him, make it easier for me to talk to him. When I want to talk to my man, make us have an understanding. Let him hear me to understand me, not hear me to respond. Because saa zingine in our marriages, what we normally do, we listen to respond, not to understand what our wives or our husbands are telling us. So you come tuko pamoja. Before you go to that kamkunji, make sure you pray about it. People tell you, oh, you know, you don't pray. Don't listen to the social media people who are telling you prayers don't work. Prayers work. I will tell you every day. Yeah? He is not the version of the man you want. You know, this generation that we're in, each generation yetu ni ya quitting, running, and living when things are just taking a corner. Who told you it's always going to be straight? Kuna time inafika it's taking a curve. You know? Just take it as it comes. Pray. Ukiomba utakuwa unajua there's nothing big. Utaangalia hivi usema, okay, fine. This is the trial you've given me. Give me the strength and give me the wisdom to go through it. Sijui kama tuko pamoja. Yeah? Let go of the fear. Let go of the anxiety. Let go of everything that is pushing you back. Let go of the inner voices. Kwanza hizo tunazikemea. That inner voice that is telling you, apana, this marriage is not working. Rebuke it. That inner voice that is telling you, this husband is not the husband that I want for me. Rebuke it. Rebuke it. Yeah? Most of the time, I think I'm going to do whatever I want to talk about right now, I'll do it as a separate video because it requires time. So, cha msingi ni acknowledge, sawa? Be ready to accept whatever you're going through. Be kind to yourself. And just let go. Let it go. Let God. Let Allah be the person for you. We are unpacking, and today we've unpacked a very, I didn't even think I'm going to talk that much, but here we are. I am blessed enough to have this platform. If people are attacking you in ways that you don't understand, in a realm that you don't get, let God fight that fight for you. It's above and beyond you. You cannot win that fight alone. Let God fight that fight for you. All right? If people are fighting you at workspaces, we've not even talked about that. People are being fight in workspaces. Let God fight for you. Wake up and talk to Him. I promise you, He's going to cover you. He's going to cover you. Watashindwa mganga wako ni nani? I promise you. You know? Your husband is not getting you. Yeah? God is going to help you with that. Your kids are not listening to you. We don't have a leaflet. Ama inaitwa nini ile? Babe, what is it called? Yeah? Honey, what is it called? That thing. Parenting doesn't have what? A manual. You're silly. Good, what are you watching? Like parenting doesn't come with a manual. It doesn't. It's not like a fridge. You purchase the most expensive fridge, it's going to come with, use A, B, C, D. Parenting, nothing. Marriage, you will go to a Kungwi. You'll go to a Sega. You will see all those people. Like, you know, utafundishwa. Your man is different from the hubby. Kuna some similarities, but it doesn't come with a manual. And if it was in a manual, what do? Use God as your compass. Use Him. You're going to thank me. Yeah? For your worries, stop worrying. Anxiety ni ya sheito. Promise you. Kai. What? Anxiety wachana nayo. Let it go. Yeah? Depression. You're going through that. God is going to heal you. And if you're taking medications itakusaidia. You know? But be kind to yourself. Muhimu niyo. Give yourself grace. And yeah, let go and let God. Thank you so much for supporting and loving me the way you guys do. I am so pleased to have you on this platform. If you've not subscribed, share this live, like, so that when I post videos, you can have a notification. Thank you so much. Till next time. Bye-bye.